Right, guys, good evening. I am the Cheapskate Streamer, and you're very welcome from wherever you're watching this evening. Currently, we are live on Telegram at the address on screen there, t.me /Cheapskate Streamer. Also, streaming concurrently on Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube. I think that's everywhere. um, and if you want to have a look at some of the other socials, if you find that this stream's just not as good as it could be, you should be able to do that through the link tree, which is at linktr.ee /cheapskate streamer. I did. I think I mentioned in the introduction to this that I wanted to change how I did things, and rather than doing a broadcast, well, in the past I had done one virtually every morning and every evening. To be quite honest, the quality of those just wasn't what I wanted it to be, and hence I've decided to perhaps do the broadcasts as and when. But that said, generally speaking, I do attempt to make a recording of the broadcast, and that's certainly the case this evening. You will be able to watch this again on Telegram at t.me /cheapskate streamer. And hopefully that's the way things will be going forward. The aim being quality rather than quantity. So, guys, with all that said, let me move myself up a little bit and get rid of the Telegram link there. Now, the video that I'm going to comment on this evening is Beyond the Reset. It is available on YouTube. I have actually downloaded it just basically because I didn't want to have to encumber the laptop any more than need be with extra bandwidth and so on. So there's that, plus also I suppose the what was the other oh yeah, adverts as well. You'll not have any adverts in this. Guys, as far as possible, I want to just play this and chip in as and when. There might be a couple of pauses in it, but for the most part, I think I just want to kind of let it play. I'm sure you don't want to see my ugly mug in the corner, so let's get rid of me. And with that said, guys, let's begin. Maybe just to point out, sometimes the timeline in this kind of jumps back and forward a bit, so you do need to pay attention to the text at the bottom. Note how many individual units there are in this facility, and the surveillance both in the sky and on the ground. Everything highly automated. Do you know, I must actually replay that and try and scan that QR code and see what it says. I hadn't thought about that before. Oh, and one other thing I haven't done yet, but I did intend to, is to post a PDF of COVID-19, the Great Reset, into the Telegram channel, or at least the best copy that I can find of that. This is our main character, Bruce Kowalski. He's human. 202 his number. I hadn't noticed that on the outside before. So Bruce is 38, he's got a social credit score of 2.3. And he's got a friendly neighbour on the other side, on a lower level.
Good morning. We are bringing to you today's most important news from around the world. Despite all the extraordinary efforts, the government and health system workers are still struggling to bend the curve of growing cases caused by the latest variant of the virus. 5 more people died today, and 30 million tested positively. Citizens are now required to wear masks when they step out to the balconies of their isolation facilities, and take them off only when they are back to the safety of their rooms. Stay compliant. Stay isolated. Stay safe. And now, on to other news. As the whole planet went on the righteous crusade against climate change and global warming, we are excited to spread the word about another successful project. As science tells us, during the night, plants release CO2 into the atmosphere. CO2 is a powerful greenhouse gas that dramatically contributes to global warming. But don't worry. Almost 100,000 square miles of South American rainforest has been cleared, and this area is used to construct one of the largest solar panel fields in the world that will provide us with a tremendous amount of clean energy.
Look at the size of that.
We will keep fighting the deadly forests and defeat climate change. That is all for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's news.
So sometimes Bruce likes to think back to the way things used to be. The freedom that people used to enjoy. The ability to go out into nature and I suppose experience life off grid.
Bruce Kowalski, your weekly food ration has arrived.
So we have wok noodles, soybeans, I think that says be green cola, be compliant cola, be gender neutral cola, beyond meats, vegetation based something, artificial veggies, beyond food, crunchy dry locust. And he has listened to the messaging. He has gone outside with a mask on. Bruce is a bit like some of the rest of us. He doesn't appear to believe in the necessity for masks. Unfortunately, the surveillance state
up your nose.
The surveillance state will force him to comply. Snow White and the 7 not very tall individuals. He's not seeing much to watch. Godfather.
The Godfather movie is banned from our database for misrepresentation and stereotypization of the Italian community. Pulp Fiction movie is banned from our database for excessive violence and racist content. The movie 1984 never existed.
That gesture's probably not going to help Bruce's social credit score. I suppose one thing that is good in Bruce's life is even just the fact of being able to see his neighbour on the other side of the compound and being able to interact just by
Stay
giving a
compliant.
friendly wave.
Stay isolated. Stay safe. And now, on to other news. Say goodbye to cows and beef. As you might know, cows and livestock agriculture in general is a source of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Cows fart, and the temperature on Earth rises 1 degree with each cow fart, contributing to global warming. This is why the authorities started a cow extermination program, and today the last herd of cows has been dealt with. The Earth has officially become a cow-free planet, and climate change is finally under control. You might get concerned, where would we obtain our proteins from? Chicken and pork are not commonly accessible products, and beef is gone now. Do not worry. Hundreds of alternative protein manufacturing facilities have been constructed on each continent. They process thousands of tons of protein-rich food. This alternative food contains way more protein than beef. It is cheap to cultivate and it doesn't contribute to global warming. Kudos to science and green agenda. That is all for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's news.
Bruce Kowalski. Your monthly universal basic income has been deposited into your account. For more information, press details. You have been paid 2,000 central bank digital tokens. The following fees are being deducted: accommodation fee, food ration fee, recycling fee, clean energy fee, personal greenhouse gas emissions fee, climate change fee, diversity fee. Your current remaining balance is 5 central bank digital tokens, and if not spent, it will expire in 7 days.
Okay guys, I just wanted to pause that at that point just to consider what Bruce has just received into his central bank account. I think they call them digital tokens. So as you can see, he started off he must have started off with 0 in his account. UBI standing for Universal Basic Income, so everybody will receive the same amount. Straight away, you lose half of that for your accommodation and your food ration. 600 and 400, so there's 1,000 gone. You're left with 1,000. Recycling, they charge 80. Clean energy, 250. I mean, I wonder, what energy does Bruce actually use in his I almost said cell there, in his isolation pod. I mean, there's a bit of light, a bit of Wi-Fi, a bit of power for the fridge. I'm not sure it would be fair to charge him for the power used by the camera, because after all, that's not his choice. And presumably he's got a microwave or something like that, but 250 per month out of 2,000 seems pretty steep to me. Maybe there's heating involved in that too, I don't know. Personal gas emissions, 155, so that's a bit like a carbon tax, I suppose. Well, that brings them down to just over 500. Climate change, I mean, what can Bruce realistically do about that? He's getting deducted 300 digital tokens for it anyway. And finally, diversity. Again, what can Bruce do about that? 210 deducted, leaving him 5 digital tokens, which are destined to expire if not used in 7 days. Keep watching and let's see what Bruce can do with his digital tokens. So there's something for rent at 90 per month. There's something for 280. Something else for 199.
Attention. Important announcement.
Dear residents of the quarantine facility number 89, great news. Here at Nova Gene Labs, we grant you a chance to participate in the trials of our new drug, which has been developed by our research team. This drug is absolutely safe and will bring the end to the deadly virus we are all fighting together for the last several years. Those of you who chose to participate will get a significant social credit score boost. As the result, you will be relocated to a superior isolation facility, receive a higher universal basic income, and become eligible for an improved food ration. Should you choose to participate in the Nova Gene Labs clinical trials program, our specialist will visit you within the next few hours, make an injection, and will be daily monitoring your condition online. Your participation is very important to us and the rest of the world. Make a difference. Follow the science and make the right choice. Nova Gene Labs is not responsible for any side effects, injuries, or death followed after the injection. Sorry to hear that.
Okay, so other people elsewhere might suggest that Nova Gene Labs were trying to coerce residents of the quarantine facility into taking their experimental injection. I suppose you could draw your own conclusions. Here is Bruce reminiscing again. I didn't notice before, but I'm not sure if you noticed, there's a kind of like one of those trucks that has kind of stopped just behind where the helicopter is, almost as if to ensure its safety. Bruce has clearly understood that his neighbour has chosen the other option. I mean, it would be difficult to turn down a 3,000 digital token increase in your universal basic income simply for taking the experimental jab. Saying that, Bruce managed to turn it down. But of course, it wasn't just the increase in basic income. There was also an increase in accommodation standard of living in terms of the food. Was pretty unceremonious there, wasn't it? Biorecycling is what's on the side of the truck.
A new virus that emerged in Asia a couple of months ago keeps spreading all over the world. Some countries are imposing lockdowns and stay-home orders to protect their populations from this highly contagious disease. In our country, 3 persons in their 90s died of the virus in long-term care facilities. The virus keeps spreading in our country. Almost
was
500
toilet
new
paper.
cases have been registered last week. As of today, the whole country is going into a complete lockdown. The health authorities are imposing a strict stay-at-home order. While these measures are tough, they are temporary. We need only 2 weeks to bend the curve.
Toilet paper was sold out.
The pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world.
If you have any idea who that was supposed to be, drop the name in the comments. Likewise, if you've read COVID-19 The Great Reset, let me know what you thought of it. clearly there's a bit of a disconnect going on between Bruce and his lady friend. They're sitting apart now. She thinks he's crazy, and finally she has packed her bags to leave.
Despite strict lockdowns being in place, the virus cases keep growing exponentially. The government is considering the option of proclaiming a state of emergency in some areas and relocating citizens to safe and isolated quarantine facilities.
Attention all citizens. Your district is contaminated and you will be evacuated immediately. Please take only necessary personal belongings and step outside of your homes. You will be transported to a safe, isolated location.
It's hard not to feel sorry for Bruce sometimes, isn't it? So this is how he ended up in the facility. He followed the order to evacuate. Quite frankly, it looks as if he wouldn't have had much choice. I don't know how anybody would have gotten any food with roads blocked and probably supermarkets and so on closed. So the reality probably is he had little choice. Interesting to see school buses used to transport people. I suppose those would be available given the fact that the schools were probably closed as well. Initially I thought Bruce was trying to hurt himself, but actually he was getting rid of the wristband that he had on. Clearly he has had enough. Little wonder. He knows the way life used to be. He has seen the way it has changed, and you might say not for the better. Bruce has become a rebel. I hadn't actually realised until that second there that that was his copy of COVID-19 The Great Reset that he fired into the drone. It's unable to identify him because he's not wearing the wristband.
Attention. Non-compliant resident alert. Attention. Non-compliant resident alert.
I would say Bruce does not have long at this point.
Attention. Non-compliant resident alert.
Red flags have been raised.
Attention. Non-compliant resident alert. Attention. Non-compliant resident alert.
Any idea where you think Bruce might be? Okay, 3D Epics, the name of... I think that's the name of the channel on YouTube where Beyond the Reset is posted. And that is it, guys. If you bear with me a little second, I'll pop myself back on screen. And yeah, that is pretty much what I wanted to show you this evening. I feel it's an excellent short video. As I say, it is available on YouTube. Highly encourage you to watch it again. Personally, I've seen it, I would say 3 or 4 times now, and in fact, it was only on that most recent watch through that I noticed a couple of things that I had missed before. So there is a lot of detail in it, and if nothing else, it is certainly food for thought. With that said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a great end to your Friday. Have a good weekend, and hopefully see you again soon.